Mm. Mm. R.I.P. to Nip. It's gonna be prolific. Don't ever be a witness. Don't let them catch you slipping. It's a difference to envision and having to go living. New vision, same image. How long it takes to get. I'm down to go the distance. Just chilling, reminiscing about who didn't doubt me. Bitch, I'm proud of you. Don't lose sight of the mission. It's not about clout with me. It's just the beginning. Can't imagine what I'm about to be. I knew I would be different. Now I'm living out my prophecy. I hear the raindrops falling, while I'm rolling up some fish. I feel the pain in my heart, and it's hard to overlook. You left a stain in my thoughts. Yeah, I thought I would share, but every day I'm trying to understand shit I never understood. Raindrops while I'm rolling up some kush. I feel the pain in my heart, and it's hard to overlook. It's the stain in my thoughts. Yeah, I thought I would have shook, but every day I'm trying to understand shit I never understood.
Steven, no, not at all, brother.
The truth is, I chose this path to chase a bag. The movies evade the bag. Jack to the
I
stand.
don't think that's how you get out, bro.
My distinction,
What do I know?
change frequency. Can't avoid the crash. They keep reaching, the soul leaving, no blinking, while reminiscing about my past. I sold slabs and spent my last. Shit get dark when that cross bar and the shit got no mask. Cause life yeah, me. You gotta show hard if you're trying. I started out broke, found a way to Jesus. The only thing that's missing is finding peace. Whoa, I'm not guaranteed. You gotta show hard if you're trying. I started broke, but found a way to keep. The only
That's
thing
weird.
that's missing is finding peace.
Even weirder. Come on, man. What are you doing?
No way out of the maze. Any day, someday, reminiscing about the way getting this play. Ain't a little change or just call it. Truth always gonna shine when the hate starts to fade. It's hard to relate truth to your heart filled with pain. I'm sick of playing slow. It's time I let you know. I give up everything I own if it's you I gain. I want you to be when I tell you that I need you. I want you to believe when I tell you that I want you. I want you to believe when I tell you that I love you. I want you to believe forever. I'll stay true. I want you. And I tell you that I need you. I want you to believe. I want you. I want you. When I tell you that I want you, I want you. When I tell you that I love you, I want you to believe forever. I'll stay true. I lost a piece of me, centipede, cooler than an autumn breeze. The problem that I'm getting green. Problem is it's hard to leave. My cousin told me what I know. He told me always keep it G. I risked my life just begging those. I never thought I'd let it go. At the bottom I was counting G. Here where I'm supposed to be. Spot always open, junkie smoke and make it hard to breathe. Focus is the motion, but finding purpose what'll set free. Yeah, I'm free from all the fake. Free. I'm free from all the hate. Free. I lost faith up in the game, but I can't escape. All alone in my arms, but I can't escape. And I'm still chasing fate, but I can't escape. free from all the pain. I'm free from all the pain. Free. I'm free.
Hey, five. What up, guy?
That I'm still take peace and faith. Free from all the hate. From all the hate. Ooh. Weight it up on the scale. Like it's wrapped in bread. The title of the top dog. Great beauty, scripture never did fail. I got pain in my heart, no underneath my nails. I can't change it. Stop fluxing it through. I was waiting on option. Scrolling fit away. I need no stopping. R.I.P. Marathon continue. Rack racing, paper chasing, no escaping what you've been through, unrelated, no mistaking, dedication. It's always instrumental, stay the same, can't change, seen some things I can't help. And I'm still smiling through these dreams. I'm so cold when the music hit me. I'm so cold. Plays the shore. I just sitting cold and I'm dropping. I'm shit. I still got it. I'm so cold. Plays the shore. I just sitting cold and I'm dropping. I'm so shit. I still got it. Still smoking Kush Pack, trying to ease it, swerving down the back, they on my mind. I got the hustle redefined, bitch, I'm trying to realize. But it take patience, I embrace it, this was all by my design. No sign of me fading, the grace, replacing with no decline. Escape it or replace it is gone to a spaceship, infinite time. Part of my arrogance, this is elegance, but the credit is coming somewhere down the line. I'm happy saying, my flow devilish, my presence is a blessing, there's only one of my kind. Yeah. Oh, sorry, but a lot of things change. My code, I remember back in but a lot of things change. Oh, I remember being low, but a lot of things change. Yeah. I remember back in but a lot of things change.
What up? What's good with you? Misunderstood. No need to say a thing. How you understand? Presence come through pain. The tears falling down. Never supplement the rain. The bottom is the reason that I'm able to sustain. Get me swerving on purpose. I'm just afraid of thing. I done came up in a change and fell in love with the game. You get lost in the pursuit, never can make a change. You start to resent all the shit you can't attain. But it's a battle in a boss. There's some pressure being the boss, but I still make this shit look. There's a lesson in the talk. Felt the pressure from the start, but I still make this shit look. It's a blessing. There's some pressure being the boss, but I still make this shit look. Felt the pressure from the start, but I still make this shit look. Oh yeah, that's that shit. No forever. My ambition has run. Don't need to fix the system. No need for a prototype. Oh, time. I've left out as a path that made me so divided. With no guidance, trapping all alone on the floating road, risking lives, all allegiance, the thoughts of being all alone, all the thoughts of finding peace. It's hard to keep it, sometimes crisis, you gotta pick up all the pieces. All I know is grinding, Flip backs, counts, beat it. I had to get off the muscle, I had to get off the muscle, can't let go, I can't let it go. It's just so one. I'm not so going home, I can't let it go. It's just all one. I had to get off the muscle, I had to get off the muscle, can't let go, I can't let it go. That's all.
We did that was fascinating rhythm. This shit I
can start by giving game, or just tell you the truth. Heart racing my station, up in the infinite loop. Now you can try to find purpose.
Oh yeah, coming here shooting at me at dubious. Why is that your name?
Problem
That's the real question. Why is that your name, man? Freddie, what up, gang?
from the flow to the roof, from the flow to the cool. I learned young hit the flow when they started to shoot. A lot of fools gotta go. Dog will get you put in a suit. Cause red dot, one shot from a Glock. Go put your boy on you me. That's the reality of the bottom. Don't need no hood and shot 'em. Medics came and got 'em. Now they hoping that boy pull through. I'm steady chasing paper, bumping classic B.I.G. Screaming, give me the loot. I'm just trying, smoking. I'm just trying. Chill vibe, I'm still smoking. I'm just trying to catch a vibe. I'm just trying, blowing smoking. I'm just trying to catch a vibe. I'm still smoking. I'm just trying to catch a vibe. Just trying to blow smoking. I'm just trying to catch a vibe. I'm still smoking. I'm just trying to catch a vibe. I'm just trying.
Oh yeah, some guy, his name dubious. Said I'm dusty. I said I'm dusty. Not the worst joke. Not the best, but not the worst. Shit. Um, And then I asked him why would his name even be a dubious, and I still got no response. How did he get it? Why is that your name? What do I need?
It's this the way gotta be. I'm running closer to the light. The melody's worth more than the story it told. Lo and behold, I'll journey. My state of mind had me blind in the place I go. I can't escape the beating heart while I'm begging a fool. But change lanes and maintain on a not so so I would be gay for the fame, it's the life of choice. It's not the same. Sometimes people don't know. Cold blooded, no brother, I see it. street. That's how it be. So good knows when I see smoking so deep. That's how it be.
I already know, Freddie. I already know, hey.
Oh, but no.
Yeah, feel me, gang. I know how they act. Yeah, you gotta be like a mod or something. You gotta be. Oh yeah, so it's too many of those. It's too many of those.
So, do you know that this is a possibility for the future of EA Sports College Football? Because we know that the president of EA talked about this over a year ago, that it was coming to their soccer game, which it's going to be in FC later this year when it releases. So they're going to probably see how it does there. And they also mentioned that it would at some point be coming to American football. Now, whether that means college and Madden, just college, we don't know. But typically they like to test these things out in their soccer game first because it's a much bigger game. And then usually a year or two later, these things, if successful, will come to their football games.
Okay.
But I want to talk about the truth about this concept, not only whether we can expect it soon, but if it's even a good idea at all. If people want it, or if people would rather them focus on other things, and if they did include this, what it would even entail. I've seen the concepts where you're walking around a full college campus, going from your dorm to the practice facility to the stadium, even stuff like attending classes, meeting with coaches, building relationships with teammates, and it all looks super immersive. Like it almost feels like a completely different game. And because of that, the idea started to pick up a lot of hype. In fact, the most hype I've seen so far for College Football 27 are all of these open world concepts that not only fans of the game are posting on Twitter and Instagram, but actual schools are putting out AI videos of their campus. And because of this, a lot of people think that this is early marketing for the game and that this could actually be coming this year. But I'm going to be real with you. This is not something that I think you should expect in College Football 27. I do believe eventually we're going to get it, maybe in 28. I just don't think it's going to be this year. Building a fully functional open world, especially one that feels alive, runs smooth, and actually adds to the mode, is a massive development investment, and it's something that's going to casually drop into the game out of nowhere. And if this did come to the game, it probably wouldn't look nearly as good as the mock-ups do, at least not in year one. It would have to be built out over several years. I mean, just look at NBA 2K. They had the park, eventually it turned into the neighborhood, and then it turned into an entire city. It took a decade for it to get to that point. But bringing up 2K is kind of an important thing here because we've seen what 2K has turned into with the city, and a lot of people don't like it, and the sentiment has kind of grown that we don't need open worlds in sports games. We just need the gameplay to be good and the game modes to be good. We don't need all the extra stuff.
Mm,
Now, Mike Straw of Insider Gaming also put out a tweet when
this
someone
shit is
asked
crazy.
why multiple colleges are making posts about college football road to glory open world, and he said because it's trending, that's all. Open world is coming to college and Madden, but not sure on the timeline. So he's another guy that has been mostly right when reporting about EA Sports' football games, and that's kind of the idea that I've had as well. We all kind of feel like it is coming, but not this year because it's going to be in the soccer game first, and then based on how that does, we could potentially see it next year or the year after that. But that's only half the truth about all of this. That's the first part, is that I wouldn't expect it this year. Don't get hyped. Don't go out buying the game because you think it's going to have open world, unless EA themselves comes out and says it. In fact, they're going to be releasing a ton of info on this game, probably starting in a few weeks, as that has been the timeline of the last 2 years. So if you don't want to miss out on any of the news and the gameplay and all the features that we will find out about this game, make sure to subscribe and turn the bell icon on because I'll have the news for you the second it drops. But I don't want you to get too hyped too early about open world if that is something you're interested in, because I don't think it should be expected this year. But now, the other half of the truth, is this even good for the game? I do think this could be
Never
good.
know.
thing Road to Glory has always been missing is immersion. Sure, you play games and you upgrade your player and you make a few decisions, but you don't really feel like a college athlete. An open world, if it's built around a college campus, can change that completely. Now, instead of just clicking through menus, you actually can walk to the facility, go to class, meet with your coach, hit the weight room, talk with your teammates, and stuff like that might sound small, but it's what makes the mode feel alive. At that point, it goes from just being a menu simulator into a whole actual experience. And this is where it really gets interesting because college football specifically is perfect for this more so than Madden, and I've been saying that since the rumors about this started. You have different campuses, different atmospheres, different traditions. Imagine going from a small school to a massive program where everything feels bigger. The stadium, the fans, and the pressure, even when walking around campus, should feel different. Now, I also want to mention while I'm talking about the truth about this, don't expect there to be 150 unique open worlds in this game, different campuses. I don't think that's realistic. The game would be like 10 terabytes if they did that. Even in NBA 2K, they don't have 30 different cities for the NBA teams, it's one generalized city. So if this did come to college football, I think the idea of an open world campus could be fun, but don't expect there to be 150 different ones that look exactly like each school. That is just not realistic. What would probably happen is you'd maybe have 2 or 3 different styles of a campus that upgrade from very small schools to the mid-level schools to those really massive schools like an LSU or an Ohio State. But we got to talk about the elephant in the room because things could also go very wrong with a mode like this because we've already seen what happens when this is done poorly. Again, look at NBA 2K. The problem isn't the idea of an open world, the problem is how it's implemented. When 2K had the park, or even when they upgraded to the neighborhood, most people loved it. And I mean, even to this day, people still play in the city very heavily. It's one of their most popular modes. But people seem like they enjoyed the park and the neighborhood a lot more because it wasn't so overly done. It wasn't exhausting. The city has really never been that well received because at that point, it just kind of felt like a chore. You do not want to make an open world a chore in a sports game. It should kind of just be something that's extra. Nobody wants to spend 10 minutes running across a map just to start their game. That's where 2K completely loses people. You're forced to travel. You're forced to do side stuff that you don't want to do. That should just be extra. It's there if you want to do it, but you don't have to. You're forced to waste time inside the city, and that kills its replayability for a lot of people. In a football game, people want to get in, play games, and improve their player. The open world should support that. It should not slow that down. And of course, the next big issue and elephant in the room, of course, is microtransactions. Look, we know EA loves their microtransactions, but at least it's mainly kept to Ultimate Team. With 2K, we see it in modes like My Career and, of course, in the city. This is one thing that instantly ruins everything. If the open world becomes a place where you push microtransactions or lock progression behind grinding or spending money, at that point, people don't want to play it. That's exactly what turned a lot of people off from 2K. Road to Glory needs to stay about its main pillars, your journey, your decisions, and your performance on the field, not your wallet. So what would make the perfect middle ground? That's really the key here. You got to make it optional first off because you got to give players the choice. Not everybody cares about open world. In fact, I think if you talk about an open world in a football game, half the people are going to say it sounds awesome, it sounds fun. The other half are going to say, dude, I just want to play football. I don't want to do all this. So you got to make it optional. If someone wants that full immersive experience to go walk around campus and do things manually, let them do that. But if someone wants to just hop in and play, create their character, and kind of mainly just be on the field and handle all the other stuff in the menus, make that possible. That right there solves about 80% of people's problems with a mode like this. Make it optional, and you can enjoy the mode the way you want. And open world and Road to Glory has a ton of potential. I think game